Hi, Scrappy friends. It's Kim back with Making Creative Memories in Time. I'm here today for the next process in my Take Me Back Thursday. And today I'm going all the way back to 2006. And I'm using an older Celebrating You birthday pack, but I'm not doing a birthday picture. So I'm going to talk about these things in a minute. I already have my paper cut, so this can be a quick process. I am going back to my nephew John's second year, 2006, and I'm filling in the gaps. I keep holding albums because I do not scrapbook chronologically, and John has like 6 or 7 holding albums, and so I'm just pulling, beginning to work through the years and filling in the gaps. So this is going to be the title page for his 2006 album, and I'm probably going to have to reprint this photo. I hope that you can't see this, but I had recently removed some repositionable adhesive, and apparently I didn't get it all off my desk, and when I turned my photo upside down to adhere it, I got sticky, so I'll have to reprint this. And but anyway, you get the gist. So this is a picture taken in February 2006. He's at his Peepaw's 60th birthday, and he's got a party horn in his hand that's like some Mardi Gras colors because the party was in February. And I just think this is perfect for a 5x7 opening page or title page in his 2006 book. So as I'm adhering papers, we'll talk a little bit. This is a birthday collection. The reverse of this is this beautiful like lagoon color, but this is like sapphire blue with like some confetti. And I wanted this to be my border, my base page, if you will. And then I'm using a piece of French vanilla that I trimmed down, and I gutted this 1 inch all the way around. And then I'm using a piece of French vanilla as the base, okay? So we are going to go ahead and put some adhesive right on this sapphire blue base. And then we'll stick that French vanilla down. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. I also hope you are excited about Take Me Back Thursday. If you're new here, the whole premise behind Take Me Back Thursday is to encourage you to pull either old stash, which I am doing, or to pull old photos and take me back. Like, let's get pictures on the page, friends. Let's do it and tell our stories. There is no better day than today to tell your story. So this is a 4x12, and the reverse of this is this gorgeous plaid. And normally I would want to use that plaid, but it just does not bode well with the plaid in his shirt. So we're going to use the strap side. I'm going to line this up at 10 and 2. And we're going to get this adhered. This is a super fun. Now, if any of you guys are close to my heart, stash hoarders, such as myself, you probably have this paper, right? This is a zip strip that came off of, I think it came off of this diamond paper. And we're going to lay this little confetti zip strip right over here. Now, it's got a vanilla base, and it sort of blends in, but I love the way the confetti looks. And so we're just going to adhere this down. This is a super, super simple, ultimately super simple title page. And I just love the idea of getting started on John's 2006. I will say this, because you know me, I'm brutally honest. I tell it like it is. You know this about me. I had a laptop at that time period, and I was storing all my photos on the laptop. I had folders on the laptop. few years later, the laptop crashed and I lost all the photos. So 2006 is a year that I have very few photos of my nephew John. I mean, I have photos, but it's not really the day-to-day things I like to scrapbook. It's just the holidays, the birthdays, you know, that sort of thing. And I like the day-to-day. So this is this awesome diamond paper. The reverse of it is cheers, yay, best day ever, your special day, have fun. Sort of busy, but I like it. But since I'm working in this color palette of the golds and the teals and the sapphire, I thought it would be fun to just fussy cut. And it didn't matter to me. I just fussy cut it by freehand. It didn't matter if it was crooked. You know, this is one of those moments I've got to let go of that, right? I have to let go of that. And so we're just going to line this up and we're going to have this fun little detail right here. I love it. So when you're looking at your papers, if you have a paper that you can do something fun with, play with it and do something fun. And then I used the gutted piece to actually create the border for my photo. And let's go ahead. I'm not going to do any right around the close edges. We're just going to put adhesive right in the center because I'm not sure how we're going to do this. And stickers I think I'm going to use. Let me pull out my silicone mat and we're going to lay this on the side. Y'all know that my silicone mat sticks to these photos, right? My picture mate. I think I'm going to pull these balloons and sort of go down at the side. I think I like this Hip Hip Hooray for the title. Okay. And then I'm kind of liking these little sparkly things, but I'll pull them as I need them. Celebrate, make every moment count. Happy memories, presents, eat cake, still young, hip hip hooray. Yay, cheers, older and wiser, may the adventure continue, lost count. I like this, make every moment count. Let's just pull that. Again, we're not going to pull these little sparkly things until we need them. I did pull in some sapphire enamel dots. We'll see if we're going to use them. Now, I also want this Celebrate to go on the photo. This is a little like laser cut acrylic title word. I think I'm going to like that. And then I die cut, but I'm not sure that these are going to stand out right here. So the year, because when I do a title page for a scrapbook album, I like to put the year on the scrapbook album. And then have these balloons. I think I'm going to like that. So let's go ahead and do this part. We're committed now, friends. We're committed. And of course, you know we're going to use our Barely Arts glue. And we're going to need tweezers. And normally I would start with the 6 and work my way backwards. But, oh, and I forgot to say, the leftover of this confetti paper, this sort of sapphire confetti paper, was this beautiful, like, lagoon color. And that is what I use to die cut my numbers. So if I would love for you to drop me a comment and let me know, are you chronological or do you just keep holding albums and you just, because what I do is I scrapbook based on paper. Like I'll decide, ooh, I want to work with this paper and or season, right? Like Roland is going to the pumpkin patch this weekend. I already have one page ready for his pumpkin patch, and it will obviously need another page. So I will scrapbook sometimes by season, that sort of thing. But then I am not chronological at all. I just, whatever I scrapbook. But I've really been, at my age, trying to be intentional about making sure that I am pulling from holding album and filling in gaps for these kids. And I have to tell you guys, you know, you're scrapbookers, so you're going to get it, right? John is now, this little fella right here is now 21. And I said something to him the other day about, you know, when I'm no longer here, and he just looks at me and they call me Nene. He says, Nene, is there something going on that we need to talk about? Like, are you sick? I said, no, baby, I'm not sick. It's just, you know, as scrapbookers, we like to tell you these things, right? We like to tell you where these things are and want you to know that they're there so that when our time does come, you're going to know this is waiting for you at my house. Which, as I finish his albums, he takes them to his house. There we go. Put that together. I love that. Celebrate 2006. Now, I probably should have inked around that to make that show up better. So, we may come back and use a navy pen just around the edges just to make that show up. And then this Hip Hip Hooray, I'm kind of liking this up here. I am going to stand up to make sure this is not crooked. But when it goes, friends. Wherever it goes, it's there. Ooh, I like that. Hip Hip Hooray. And then I like this, make every moment count. I like that. Make every moment count. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use these enamel dots. Thought I was going to, but I don't think I'm going to use the enamel dots. And let's just pull. Like, I'm thinking I'm liking just some of these. We're going to use these like as like what would be our enamel dots. And that one just sort of blends in, but if you can see, there's a speck of silver in it. Can you see that? And then let's just put a couple down here. Down here, let's pull one of the sapphire. And let's pull another one of the white ones. And this time, we are going to let the white sort of be where it shows up. And we need to pull a little bit of yellow down here. There we go. All right, friends. I think that this page is finished. I'm not going to do this all on camera. I'm just going to attempt one. This is my navy micro tip pen. And it'll be what it'll be, right? And here's what I can do. I can also do a little doodle to sort of make this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of outline this number. And this is a micro tip pen. And I'm just going over it a couple times. I do think that is helping it to stand out a little bit better. I probably should have put some sapphire ink around it, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. Of course I wasn't, because you all know me. When I come on here to do one of these videos, I just sort of design on the fly. The key here, friends, is slowly. And even though I'm doing navy over navy, there, it's okay. And I have a broader tip marker that I may come back and outline this with. And let's just go ahead and do some doodle. We're only going to doodle, just to pull that in, we're only going to doodle on the French vanilla edges. We're not going to doodle over. And the key to this is hold your pen straight up and down and just drag your hand. And if you get a little wiggle, that's okay, because it's a doodle. Right? But you see how I'm holding my pen perpendicular straight up and down? And I'm just dragging my hand. And I don't feel like... Now, I probably will do just a little, maybe a little strip journal right here that just says that this is actually a photo that was taken in February at his Peepaw's birthday party. But I feel like it is a great title. It's a great photo for the title page. And then let's just come right here and drop in here and there like 3 little X's. Just here and there. And then over here, let's just do. And that way we have a little bit of a visual triangle with that. Okay? And there that is, friends. That page is finished. Probably the fastest scrapbook page I've ever created. But here's just a little look at those doodles. Isn't that cute? I love it. So, title page 2006 for my nephew's 2006 album. And I love it. I may come back with a marker just to further define. But I think that did a good job defining that. And I like this. I do think, hang tight, friends. I am going to make one other little change. I do think I want to add just some sparkle, because we're saying celebrate and we want to. So let's just put a little sparkle in each of these. We're not adding additional. We're just going to put it in each of these. Now, I am the girl that does not mind at all to use a little bit of bling or flowers on a page for a guy. It does not bother me at all. I feel like that, because we're celebrating, I feel like those little sparkles just really finish that off beautifully. What do you think? All right, friends, there you have it for my Take Me Back Thursday today 2006 photo. And this paper goes back to, I'm trying to look at the branding strip. Oh, this is not that old. It's just 3 years old paper. But it feels like it's old. So hopefully you enjoyed, friends, and have a great day. Happy scrapping!